Hi, Geometry, and today we're going to talk about the final new thing for this school year. Okay, although in a lot of ways it's not really new to you. You know all the vocabulary words. We're just going to kind of apply a new concept. Okay, so just so you're aware, today there's not going to be anything you have to turn in. However, watch till the end, and at the end I'll explain a way that you guys can email me a picture of some of your work and get some bonus points. Okay, so I'll explain that at the end. So today we're going to talk about if we're drawing triangles. And the first thing we need to do is establish our vocabulary words. So on this first picture, right here, right, the word right. Anytime we see that, that means a right angle is formed. Okay, and hopefully you remember a right angle has 90 degrees. Okay, and then it says isosceles. If it's isosceles, that means two of the sides are going to be the same. So when you sketch this, make sure, and once again, I'm not perfect at drawing. You can see my line here is kind of curvy. However, the way I can mark it so we know it's right isosceles, first let's make it a right angle. That means there's a 90-degree angle. If I put this box here, even if it's not perfect, that indicates to us that it's a right angle. Okay, now to make it isosceles, it's going to be this side and this side. I put one mark for each of those to show that those are the same as each other. Now, if I wanted, I could also put two marks there. Okay, as long as they each have the same amount of marks, that tells us they are congruent to one another. Now, the third side, this hypotenuse over here, I can't put a mark there because it's not the same as those. If it was the same, then it would be an equilateral down here, but it would also be equiangular. Okay, it's not possible to have a right equilateral triangle. Okay, so our next one, obtuse scalene. Okay, I'll do this one in a different color here, blue. Okay, so it's obtuse, which means it's more than 90, less than 180. And it's scalene, meaning all three sides have to be different in length. Now it's kind of up to you. You could leave it like that. Another option, if you want to make it very obvious that it's obtuse, we could put a label in here. So we know it's more than 90, less than 180. So say I label that 120 degrees. Now there's no doubt at all that it's obtuse. Okay, the same with scalene. We could leave it as is, or we can put some markings. If I put, say, one mark here, two marks on that side, and three marks on that side, 1, 2, and 3, 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, none of them are the same, so we know they're not congruent with one another. Okay, now your next one, example C, says equiangular, or I should have wrote it that way because I've been putting the angle first, but I accidentally wrote equilateral and then equiangular. Now, that means all three sides are the same and all three angles are the same. So we draw that in. If all the sides are the same, we're going to have a mark here, a mark there, a mark there. That shows all three sides are the same, shows it's equilateral. Okay, and then to show they're all the same, you can also put this arc there, and arc there. Okay, that shows they're all the same. I also, instead of that, could have wrote in 60 degrees for each of those. Since every triangle adds up to 180, if all three of those are the same, if I do 180 divided by 3, that'll be 60. We know they're each going to be the same. Okay, the final one here, acute isosceles. If it's acute, that means each angle is less than 90. Okay, isosceles means two of these sides are going to be the same. Now, the two sides that are the same right here and here, I put one mark for each of those showing they are the same. Now, to show that each of those are acute, I mean, you can go based on looks, and here they do all appear to be acute. We can also fill in our numbers if we want. If I say would put 20 here, 20 degrees, that means in order for each of these to be acute, we know we can do 180 minus 20, and we have 160 left. Now, we didn't talk about this specifically, but if each of these right here is the same, if they're congruent, they're isosceles, we didn't get to this because we ran out of time, The opposite angles have to be the same, so we take 160 divided by 2, and we know that each of these angles is going to be 80 degrees. And if they're each 80, then all three of those are acute, and it satisfies what we want. Okay. Now, what I need you guys to do, if you are wanting to get the extra credit, down here, we have 4 more for you. Okay, so right scalene is number 1. Obtuse isosceles is number 2. Right isosceles is number 3. And equilateral equiangular is number 4. So, get some paper, or if you have a computer, you can use Paint. If you want to do it on your phone, that's fine. Make sure you number them 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then draw a picture for me. Make sure that you are specific. So each of these that have right need to have a right angle marked inside of them. If it's isosceles, 2 of the sides need to be the same. Scalene, none of the sides can be the same. Okay, so think about how you're going to do this on all 4 of these. Pause the video, write these down. If you get these 4, and then email them to me. Okay. Now, my email is matthew.fox@wayne.k12.in.us. And if you can't remember that, I'll have it in the description for the, I'll have that in the description on Google Classroom. Okay, so let me know. And if you need any help, please reach out. Hope you guys have a great day. Just a reminder, even though this is the end of our week of instruction, if you have any missing work you're turning in, I need it by June 3rd at 1 p.m. Okay? Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.